what it do, man? It be that main 3D Dev, and you tuning into another random interviews with strangers. And today's special guest is his name is JD. And a random fact, he's with my auntie, but that don't matter. But he's actually like an entrepreneur. He's someone that like to give back. He like to educate. The moment I met this man, he already gave me seeds and motivated me. So let's give a round of applause for JD. Hey, introduce yourself, man.
Hey, what's going on? JD, owner of Part of the Culture. Just here to lace the world with some game.
Hey, let's go. So we're gonna start it right away. Random. So, bro, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, if you could have any superpower, what power would it be, and what's the reason why?
If I could have any superpower, I'd probably be time travel, so I could just make money like McFly in Back to the Future.
Okay. Well, what's the reason why you want to time travel, though?
Honestly, the thing that made me, just because for the stock market, so I can know what's going to happen ahead of time, so I can make some money real quick.
I feel it.
You
So
know
you
what
try
I
to get
mean?
that money up.
Yep.
All right, so if you could have a superhero name, what would it be?
Oh, it'd be Black Man or Blank Man or something.
Blake Man.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, for real. We go random. So I see that you have like you act goofy and all that. Like you still have that kid alive. So there's somebody out there that might need to hear that might be like they don't keep that kid alive. So how do you keep that like they keep that kid alive, that fun energy where you just don't care, you just be yourself?
I'm not gonna say I don't care what people think, because I do, but I get bored mad easy, and I feel like a lot of people, we get stuck in this like almost, on a road how they have the little yellow lines. I feel like we get stuck in those yellow lines, and sometimes I just like to you know what I mean, run a red light every now and then and excite things. I obviously in a healthy manner, but it's really comes from boredom, maybe being an only child. Like I just feel like when I walk to the grocery store, if I walk around, like cats just be looking bored and sad, and so for me, I like to push that and entertain myself. Another thing is like I'm huge on stepping out of the comfort zone. And so by being goofy, like what he's talking about, if you follow me on Part of the Culture, I'll throw a wig on, I'll throw some on, but you gotta think, when you think of Martin, you think of Shanae, you think of Jerome, and like everybody, all black people, no matter what age they are, know Martin. And it's because of the characters and the entertainment that he brought. And so I just like to kind of be entertaining, and goofy, and I just don't want to be bored. It's pointless, honestly. You only live once.
Hey, you only live once. Message. And then we're gonna go again. Random. So I know you're somebody that likes to give back and give knowledge to people. So what makes you like want to uplift and really give back and educate people? Because that's dope to see somebody out there that's really want to uplift and educate. There's some people out there that want to keep shit to themselves, but you're someone that likes to give back. So what inspires you to give back?
I think for me, it comes from two things. I really didn't like where my life was at a certain point, and I really felt at that point in my life, I was very selfish. It was about what can I get, what can I get, what can I get? And I just thought, what happens if I just give? It comes from church. I know my life really started to change when I started tithing, and that's a form of giving. And the same hole that you give out of is the same. It sounds gay as shit. But the same hole that you give out is the same hole that you receive. So if you're stingy, you're not going to be able to receive. And so I see my life like completely change when I gave away the game and gave. And the second thing is a lot of people, I don't know if you ever heard of Eric Thomas?
Yeah, I heard Eric Thomas.
So Eric Thomas, I went to see him live, a few times. And he said something one time. He was like, if you're struggling in a certain area of your life, help somebody else win at that area and help you win. And so I went for business, but at that point in my life, I was struggling at fitness. And so I was like, man, and my best friend at the time, he's shout out to Ram Beer, he owned a gym, and he has a $300 mentorship program. Pretty much you work for free for 300 hours. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to join that. I'm going to help other people get healthy. I was trying to gain weight. I was trying to get my weight up to like 185. I was at 165, and I could not bulk up. I couldn't do anything. And so I was like, let me help other people get healthy. Let me help other people get big. I joined that program within, I'm going to say, honest, I swear it was like 2 months. So I'm trying for years. Within 2 months of trying to help other people get big, I was the biggest I ever been, and it came from me really, like, I had to learn how to coach and train people, but now I have access to a gym. Now I really have the information. Now I really knew how to eat, and it changed my life. And so ever since then, it really let me know, like, okay, if there's anything that I'm trying to accomplish, I'm gonna help other people accomplish it. So like right now, my big thing is financial freedom. So I really spit that game on financial freedom and business branding and things like that. So by helping other people think by keeping the game to yourself, you're winning, but honestly, like, giving the game away and helping other people elevate, like, it actually makes you a lot sharper. And people can never take your game because they never walked in your shoes. So it would take, I could tell you everything that I know, but there's certain emotional shit that you're gonna have to go through. So I hope that makes sense. But it's really those two things, the business lesson and really just giving.
Yo, so on my show, when somebody say some real shit, I gotta snap, because that's some real shit. Did y'all just hear all them gems he going? So I got rewind, snap, then snap again, because that was some real shit. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
But random. Sorry, right now we're having a commercial. Have you ever heard of Suja Organic? This is called Suja Organic. It's all about health. Health is wealth, man. This makes my body feel so good. Like, if I drink this in the morning, I just drink it. I'm like, ooh, I'm energetic. I feel good. And you alkaline your body. Look up what alkaline, man. You need alkaline your body, man. But get Suja at any store. Well, I don't know if it's at any store, but get Suja. Anyway, that's your random. Random. So, man, so I see you talk about financial freedom. So you're big on that. So can you give a little insight on what financial freedom means? So might be somebody watching to like, what does it mean to financial free? I don't think a lot of people know what that means.
Financial freedom is where your investments pay for your expenses, simply put. So what it looks like is you can, to start at the bottom, I invest in stocks. Stocks have a dividend. The payment from a dividend, it's pretty much when I invest, like an example is if you buy Apple stock. If you buy that stock, say each stock's like $100, Apple will give you $2 per share. It's gonna get a little confusing, but it's the dividend. So if you have 100, you make $200 every quarter. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's $800 a year if you had 100 shares of Apple. You would make $800 a year in passive income. My bills right now are maybe $24,000 a year. So once I had enough dividends or income from investment properties or income from a business that I could step away from, say like if I owned a McDonald's, you never see the owner of McDonald's at McDonald's. It's always the workers and maybe a manager. And so if that McDonald's, say, made me $60,000 a year, I would be financially free. The equation is how do you buy a McDonald's, or and so I believe in flipping up. But the short answer is when your passive income pays for your expenses, for your car note. Once you don't have to, so there's two ways to make money. Off your back, that's where you wake up, you go to work, you get a paycheck, you pay your bills, and you repeat the process. Passive income is where you take a piece of that paycheck, you buy stocks, you buy businesses, you buy investments, and the profit from those things pays for your expenses instead of your back. So that way you could damn near either, it's a passive income is if you go to Vegas or you travel and the money still keeps coming in. So like I own shares, and whether I do anything or not, every time that company pays out their dividends, I get paid. I'm working on a little spot out in LA where I'm trying to get it passively running an Airbnb. I'm trying to set up a system to where anytime a client comes in, I get 30% of the money, whether I'm there, but I'm gonna have a manager, I'm gonna have my cleaning people, and then, but I'm gonna use, cameras and key boxes and stuff. But once, say I made $24,000 a year off of that, and I don't have to do anything, I'm in Vegas, I'm chilling wherever, then if my investments pay for my lifestyle, then you're financially free.
That's dope, man. Right now I'm getting game. I appreciate you, bro. I'm loving this interview. He's on fire. Hey. So we coming towards the end of Random. And bro, you pretty probably already said it during this, but really, what's your purpose in life? What's the reason you're doing all this for? Why you feel like you're here for?
I think life's to be enjoyed. I think it's a gift. I think if we go back, I don't know what your biblical beliefs are, but even if you look at, the beginning of time, God gave man everything he wanted, and he just said enjoy. He didn't name shit and just do what you want to do. I think it was to be enjoyed. It wasn't until they started doing fuck shit that world really kind of came to what it is today. But so for me, I feel like if you do the right thing, you can have an enjoyable life. You know, I don't think every day is going to be perfect or you're not going to have any hardships. But if you're doing the right thing, then you start to realize that the hardships are part of the journey, and you can enjoy those also. So it's just to enjoy life, man.
That's real. That's a I appreciate that answer too. That's some real shit. So man, we're coming towards the end. So man, let them know like where they can reach you at, anything you want to push or anything you want to let the viewers know.
Man, make sure you tap in with my boy 3D Dev.
Hey.
This dude's doing big things. We had a conversation before this, so this guy's the truth. Check out his drinks. And I promise you this dude has some good stuff. If you want to find me though, just on Instagram at Part of the Culture, or you can go to my webpage, partoftheculture.art. Anybody who sees this, I have a free book on investing. It's called How to Fill Empty Pockets. If you message me or shoot me a DM at Part of the Culture, I'll slide in your DM with the free book. So it's an ebook. I got you for free. I have a business book. If you want that one, I got you for free. So Part of the Culture, spelled normal. Part of the Culture, spelled normal. So I got you. Find me.
You heard that? A free book. He giving out gang, man. And it's been another random interviews with strangers. And I love y'all, but y'all need to love yourself, man. It's all about growth, so stay evolving, man.